Alright, good day guys. So on today's weekly update, we're going to do a little bit of ranting in regarding to Warn's Winch. So this is Zeon 12 over here. It's an awesome piece of gear. Been using it very long. It's been abused, but it kept running, no dramas whatsoever. So it's time to service it, after all the time it was spent running. And normally the part that wear is the seals, and there's a plastic bush inside. So this is the one. It was worn out. I can see it's really been mangled due to mud. So this normally goes in here. It's like a sleeve that goes in the drum. So the thing is, so you look at the part number and you'll be like, oh, okay, it's right here, you can get it, blah blah. And then you ask the one distributor that it's here in Malaysia, and I think there's only one. So in order for me to get this seal and this plastic bush, this is something that I printed on my own, because in order for me to get these two parts, I would have to purchase the entire motor, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. If the terminals were busted, I understand, but to purchase an entire motor to get a seal and a plastic bush, I think that's just a rip-off. It's honestly a rip-off. And even on the gear side, I mean, if I wanted to purchase the seal and this, I would have to get this entire housing. This whole housing has to come with it. So I mean, but I just that's one. So I'm not sure if I may be wrong. Maybe someone out there can tell me there's other ways to get it. There is actually them selling it from one selling it individually. So let me know if there is. But anyway, on a positive note, we have a lot of Osprey stuff that just arrived. So yeah, so this will be listed later on Facebook or Instagram or whatnot, or even Shopee actually. So now let's go see what the boys are doing. So if you all remember, we took apart the Ninja, the Land Cruiser 80, that we were doing the 2UZ swap in it. So the underbody has been painted, has been treated actually. So did an awesome job. So basically, previously, it was all gunged up. The car was used, and then we sprayed it with a seam sealer. That was white color. Normally, the seam sealers are only sprayed at the ends from factory. So in this case, we sprayed it on the entire bottom. So it's a grey whitish kind of thing, and then we coated it with stone guard. So yeah. Then here we have the chassis. So it's just been washed. We haven't taken out the old engine yet, the 1HD FT. And people have asked, so is the 1HD FT less powerful than the 2UZ? Short answer from factory, yes, it is less powerful. But honestly, it's not a fair platform to compare. One's a diesel, one's a petrol, both with their own benefits and pros and cons, both on their own. But the main reason for doing the swap was because of the gearbox. That comes with a 5-speed, and this is only a 4-speed. So that's the main reason for doing the swap. Leong is over here. He's working on the patrol. He's putting in an electronic water pump. Leong, where's the water pump? So yeah, so this is going in the patrol. If you all know, the patrol is known to run hot. So it's fabricating a bracket to mount it somewhere here, and then we'll later do a guard for it. And the reason why we're putting it out is mainly because the pump has to be mounted in a certain orientation for it to be bled properly. And we don't want it to be technically you can take it off, bleed it, put it back in, but we just rather have it in a position where it can be bled and then later seal it out. So what's next? See this one. So this was a disappointment as well. There's a video on it later. So this is a Brown Davis kit that's supposed to add an auxiliary tank. So that deserves a whole video on its own, but you can clearly see that this doesn't fit. So here, so 40 series, we just did the radiator for it, and then we're mounting the fans, intercooler is in. So my 60 with the V12, it's all running well. You know, the gearbox looks fine, gear shifts whatsoever, all works beautifully. You know, people were saying or renting, or people were just complaining that you know, it's no longer a 60 series, it's no longer a Toyota. But just to let everyone know, like, the axles are 80 series, reinforced of course. The chassis is still a 60 series, you know. The engine is from a Toyota 1GZ, which is the Century. You know, the dash is still a 60 series dash. Seats are from an 80 series. So for any of you purists out there, it's still a bloody Toyota. And then yeah, so there's the Gemini. Wiring will be going in soon. And finally, the Celica. So it's almost done. Almost done. As in done in the sense of body lines. And then from then we'll be laying down paint. So that's for now. That's for this week, what we were doing. We still have other cars that are planned to come in, but we gotta settle the ones that we have right now. So a few of them are in exhaust, doing exhaust, and then we have some that needs to be waiting for paint as well. So yeah, thank you guys, catch you guys later.